They say eyes are the window to the soul. But in the world of power, they are much more than that. They are a battlefield, a silent duel, a hidden language that reveals everything you try to hide. When people feel fear, their body betrays them. Their voice trembles, their breathing quickens. But the eyes never lie. Weak men blink too much. Nervous women can't hold a gaze. When someone tries to intimidate you, your body wants to escape. And it starts with your eyes. But the powerful do something else. They blink slowly, deliberately, as if they are in complete control. Not just of the moment, but of themselves. When everyone else is rattled, they are still. When everyone else reacts, they observe. Slow blinking is not just a habit, it is a message. It tells the world, I am not afraid, I will not flinch, I do not run. And here is the paradox. The less you react, the more others do. When you hold your ground, when your eyes remain calm, the other person starts doubting. Their voice starts to crack. Their words begin to stumble. They start blinking faster, shifting their weight, looking for an exit. Because your stillness becomes pressure. Your calm becomes confrontation. That is the secret lions know. They do not roar first. They watch, they wait, they blink slow. And in that stillness, they declare something louder than any sound. I do not fear you. I do not need to prove anything to you. I simply am. Power is not about doing more. Sometimes it is about doing less, and doing it with absolute conviction. From this moment forward, when you enter tension, slow your blink. Let your eyelids drop like the sun setting over a calm ocean. Look, pause, then blink. Slowly. You'll notice something. The room will change. People will hesitate. Because without saying a word, you've already said everything. That's silent power, and it begins with your eyes. Most people walk like they are asking for permission to exist. They move fast, they bounce, they shift their weight, as if they are trying to catch up with time or escape judgment. They walk like they could be pushed over by a gust of wind. But power walks differently. Power moves as if gravity itself is heavier on its shoulders, not in struggle, but in purpose. Every step is grounded, every movement is intentional. The person does not walk into a room, they arrive. There is no rush, no hesitation, no apology. When lions walk, they do not need to be fast. They do not need to be loud. They move like the ground belongs to them, as if every step is a statement. I am here, and I am not going anywhere. That is how you must move. Start today. Stand still. Feel the weight of your body sink into the earth. Let your feet be planted, not perched. Breathe through the soles of your shoes. Own the space beneath you. And when you walk, slow down. Let your steps feel heavy, but effortless. Like you are not chasing anything. Like everything is coming to you. Because the way you move tells the world what you believe about yourself. If you move with urgency and nervousness, people assume you are beneath them. But when you move like a mountain that just decided to shift, they feel your presence. They respect it, even if they do not understand it. This is not arrogance. It is sovereignty. It is the quiet confidence of someone who does not beg for space. They claim it. Walk like you are leading. Move like every room is yours to command. Step as if silence follows in your shadow. That is the walk of a lion, and when you walk like that, people feel it. Without a word, you become the anchor in any room, the center of gravity, the one they look toward when the room shakes. Because stillness is not weakness, it is dominance in disguise. Weak men enter a room and begin speaking. They try to fill the silence with words, hoping someone will listen. They laugh too soon. They talk too fast. They reach for attention like beggars in a crowd. But the powerful? They don't speak first. They arrive first. Before a single word is spoken, their energy enters. Their presence is felt. And all it takes is 3 seconds. When you walk into a room, stop. Just for a moment, scan the space. Make eye contact with one, maybe two people. Breathe. Say nothing. In those 3 seconds, you shift the dynamic of the entire space. You tell the room, I am not here to chase attention. I am the attention. I am not looking to be included. I decide who belongs. That pause, that stillness creates tension. But not the uncomfortable kind. The kind that makes people notice. The kind that makes people wonder, who is that? Why aren't they speaking? What do they know that we don't? This is what world leaders do. Military commanders, billionaire CEOs. They don't enter with noise, they enter with gravity. And once they speak, people listen. Not because of the volume, but because of the silence that came before. It is not what you say that gives you power. It is what you withhold. The moment you stop rushing to be seen, you start being felt. So stop announcing your arrival. Stop explaining your worth. Simply enter, and let the room adjust to your presence. Because presence is not about being loud. It is about being undeniable. The body never lies. When someone feels uncertain, their body speaks before their mouth does. They shift from side to side. They adjust their collar. Their fingers twitch. Their foot taps. Their voice wavers. It's instinct. A silent scream that says, I'm not ready for this. And yet, the powerful remain still. They sit like a statue. They stand like a mountain. No movement, no fidgeting, no visible reaction. Because true power is not about having the answer. It's about not needing to answer right away. Stillness is control. It unsettles the other person. When you don't flinch, they do. When you don't react, they overreact. When you hold the silence, they try to fill it with justifications, with apologies, with nervous chatter. You haven't said a word, and yet you've won. This is the body language of dominance. A lion does not twitch when provoked. It does not bare its teeth in panic. It waits, perfectly still, perfectly calm, because it knows something the others don't. It knows it doesn't have to prove anything. So when someone challenges you, hold your position. Don't adjust your stance. Don't blink too fast. Don't shift your energy. Just stay. Silent, solid, like you've already decided how this ends. That stillness will speak louder than anything you could say. It will make the other person feel exposed, off balance, unsure of themselves. This is why stillness is the weapon of masters. It makes the other person fight shadows while you remain untouched. In a world full of noise, motion, and desperation, the one who holds still commands the most attention. The one who does nothing, but does it fully, is the one they remember. So the next time tension rises, don't rise with it. Stay grounded. Stay calm. Let them dance around you while you remain the center. Because stillness is not weakness. It is power in its most refined form. Silence terrifies the weak. When someone asks them a question, they rush to respond. They fear the pause. They fear what the silence might suggest: uncertainty, insecurity, incompetence. But the powerful know better. They understand that silence is not absence. It is presence. Silence is not weakness. It is weight. The next time someone speaks to you, do not answer immediately. Wait. Just 2 seconds. Let the question breathe. Let the weight of the moment settle. Because when you pause, the room leans forward. They begin to wonder, what is he thinking? Is he judging me? Did I say something wrong? You've said nothing, and yet you've forced them to listen. You've turned their words back on them, made them second guess, made them curious. This is what expert negotiators do. They don't jump in. They let the other person drown in their own over-explaining. They let the silence fill the air until the pressure becomes unbearable. And when they finally speak, their voice carries more than words. It carries authority, precision, confidence. That pause, That stillness before the storm is what makes every word land like a hammer. You want your words to be remembered? Don't say more. Say less. But wait before you say it. This is not manipulation. It is mastery of yourself, of your message, of the energy in the room. Power doesn't rush. And when you master the pause, your voice becomes a force. Not because it's loud, but because it has weight. Weak people wait. They wait for the other person to finish their sentence. They wait for permission to leave. They wait to be released from the conversation. But the powerful know exactly when it's time to end. And they don't ask for permission. They decide. You can see it in their eyes. A subtle glance to the side. A small nod. A slight shift of the body. Nothing rude. Nothing dramatic. But unmistakable. It says, "I've given you my time. That is enough." This tiny gesture sends a massive psychological message. You are not clinging to the interaction. You are not desperate to be liked. You are in control of your attention, your time, your direction. And in that control, people begin to value you more. Because people do not respect what is always available. They respect what is measured, what is scarce, what is disciplined. Ending a conversation with presence is an art. You don't walk away abruptly. You transition. Let your body lead. Let your energy say goodbye before your feet do. And then, just as you're about to leave, offer a final glance. 1 second. No smile. No expression. Just a calm, unreadable gaze. A closing statement written not in words, but in presence. This moment, brief as it may be, will echo in the mind of the other person. It creates a gap, a mystery, a sense that they didn't get everything from you, that there's more to you, something they missed, something they now crave to understand. And that is what true power does. It leaves people wanting more. Not because you withheld, but because you delivered just enough to stir their respect, and then you vanished. Power doesn't linger. Power leads. And leaders don't wait to be excused. They choose when to move on. Most people walk away and are instantly forgotten. They smile politely. They nod. They offer one last line, hoping it will linger. But it never does. Because they never understood one thing: people don't remember words. They remember feelings. Powerful people don't just leave. They leave a trace. Before you walk away, pause. Just for a second. Turn your head slightly. Look back. Hold the gaze. No smile, no warmth. Just a calm, unreadable look. The kind of look that doesn't offer answers. The kind that makes people wonder. That single moment, that fleeting glance, will echo longer than any sentence you could say. It makes people ask themselves questions. What were they thinking? Did I say too much? Did I say too little? It plants a seed, a quiet obsession, not with who you are, but with what you don't reveal. And that is the essence of silent power. It is not loud. It is not obvious. It is the lingering presence of someone who gave just enough to stir the soul and then disappeared. When you walk away with presence, you become larger in absence. When you leave in control, you're remembered not for your performance, but for your poise. You don't need to charm everyone. You don't need to convince or explain. You just need to make them feel that you were there and that something about you still lingers. That is how you leave your mark. Not through noise, but through silence wrapped in certainty. You've heard the 7 rules. Not tricks, not hacks, not games, but truths. Ancient, unspoken truths. They are not about controlling others. They are about controlling yourself. Because real power doesn't come from your voice. It comes from your presence, from your ability to hold tension, to embrace stillness, to resist the urge to perform. In a world addicted to noise, attention, validation, the one who can remain grounded, still, and centered becomes magnetic. People will try to understand you. They will project onto you They will wonder what you know that they don't, but you owe them nothing. Because your strength is not about being seen. It's about being undeniable. And the most undeniable energy in the world is calm confidence. It does not chase, it does not beg, it does not shout. It simply exists. And when it does, the world listens. So remember this: power does not arrive with sound. It arrives in the pause, in the gaze, in the weight of a single step, in the silence between words. From this moment forward, you don't have to say more. You don't have to try harder. You don't have to be louder. You only have to be still. Be deliberate. Be sovereign. Because silent power is not a performance. It's who you become when you no longer need permission to exist. So walk into the room and let the world adjust to you.